All right, so I just want you to talk real quick. Get yourself in that flow state so you just start talking and looping like crazy. So the idea that you had was that the idea of the ultimate currency. What is the ultimate currency? Now, this whole entire video is going to be extremely demanding on your brain. I'm going to ask you to reframe things in a way that you've never done before. But I'm going to guarantee you that once you see them a different way, it will basically change the framework of your brain and you'll see the world differently. This is just one small step, and it's affected me so much that I feel terrible if I don't continue, sharing it with somebody else. Now, I want you to imagine the greatest currency in your life. Is it money? Is it crypto? Is it any one of those monetary things? Now, I spent the majority of my life chasing after money, and I learned that actually the experiences that I had were what made things worth it or not worth it. It was never actually the money that made me happy. It was more or less I was trading stress in order to feel less stress because I had money. Now, I figured out what the ultimate currency is, and I live my life by it every day. Imagine if you were to look back on your life, and at any moment in time, you could imagine if it was a worthwhile moment or not. It's all relative in your world, what is worthwhile and what isn't. I'm sorry, it's hard to push through the emotional aspect of it because it's something I know that everyone's going to see and go, that's stupid, and just swipe away. But to me, it's something that is so different that it was the one thing that I needed in order to help me actually be happy with my life in existence. And the ultimate currency ultimately is your time. And I don't mean time in the sense like time is money or the time that anyone else has ever used the word. I want you to completely lose your expectations of what that word means. I want you to follow my logic and see how I understand it and see if it makes sense to you. So I realize that in life there are moments where they're the greatest times of your life and there are times that are the worst. And then there's a lot of stuff that's in between. The in-between part tends to be the majority of it. And I decided a long time ago that that middle part wasn't the part that I wanted to go back and look at being the part that I spent my most time doing. I wanted to have all the good parts be the parts that I wanted to actually enjoy doing. So I started to think, what defines a good part versus a bad part? And I noticed trends all over the place. What was I doing when I actually felt fulfillment? What was I doing when I actually felt stressed? What was I doing when I felt like I'd rather not be alive anymore? What was I doing when I felt like it was the most euphoric moment in time, and if I died, it wouldn't matter because it was so amazing that it was worth it? How could you intentionally have more of those moments worth living? And I want you to think of time as moments of currency. The 86,400 seconds in a day are worth something. Every single one of them. And your body's going to dictate how you feel throughout the day and how you respond to all the inputs from your brain and the environment around you. Now, what if you understood your brain? What if you could redefine what it means to have the brain give you information? What if you saw the brain as a supercomputer that basically you can program to give you all the best ideas, or you can program it to give you terrible ideas? And it's more or less every single day intentionally doing things that bring positive aspects in your life out and reduce negative. I want you to imagine a day where you spent most of your seconds doing something you enjoy, whether it be a hobby, spending time with your family, Or for some people, what if you genuinely enjoy scrolling through your phone? What if the cognitive demand of reality has exceeded what you really care to deal with? And doing the bare minimum of existence and riding off of dopamine and stress, essentially, cortisol, is okay with you. You don't want to solve the extremely cognitively demanding problems that highly successful looking people do. I'm a high school dropout, and I have no formal education whatsoever. But I now live the life that I dream of every single day, and I don't go to work. And no one else helped me besides me, because I observed the world and the universe and took every single input and made my best guess of what it is to make a human being actually feel fulfillment and happy. And I didn't let anyone else tell me I was wrong. And I am here because I figured out what works for me. And now I'm sure that out of the billions of people that live here, the way that I think and the way that I do things is not for most of you. You have to be willing to kill the part of you that makes you feel pain and confusion and a lack of interest in life, and develop the brain that sees every opportunity as moments to experience the biology that makes you you, the way that it works. And no one ever teaches you that. No one ever teaches you that your brain is like a sponge, but it's also malleable. And it learns things when you aren't paying attention, and then gives you ideas that are terrible to protect you because they worked when you're a child, but when you're an adult, they destroy everything and ruin the relationships around you. I want to teach people how to see every opportunity as a way to use their computer, that is their brain, the way that it's programmed. And I can help you find all your triggers and all of the ways that it works, and help you blend my way of thinking in with yours, and make the world the one that every day is one that you wake up and it feels like Christmas morning. If if you have the life that has, I know I'm kind of ranting now, and that's pretty much all I have to say. I want you to value the 86,400 seconds of your day more than you value money or anything else, to the point that you obsess over those 86,400 seconds, and know that when you go to bed that you spent them doing things that were things that you could look back and go, if I were to not wake up, today was a good one. You never know what day is going to be the last one. It could be today. You never know. Make sure today's the day that, if you don't make it, it was worth it. Thank you.